Hi, it's the Irish Gypsy here to give you your March 2016 mid-month readings. I continue to use the Gilded Tarot deck, and even though we're only focusing on the remainder of March rather than the month entire, I'm still going to be using the same 8-card spread with an additional card as your overall theme and general feeling for the reading. These are general readings, as I always say, and you're probably tired of all of us readers saying this, but they are general readings. So if they don't apply or resonate with you, if you don't feel you can directly relate to them, I suggest you check your rising and your moon sign as well, which you should do every month anyway. I always do, because I feel it gives the most detailed and complex look at what's going on in my life. Thank you to those of you who continue to watch and listen and subscribe to my channel. Your feedback and your comments are so welcome, and I enjoy reading them very much, both on the channel itself and the ones you send via email. And thank you to those of you who continue to reach out to personal readings. Always, it is a pleasure and an honor to read for you. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to do that. And for those of you who are interested in personal readings, you can click on the About sign on my channel's homepage, and that will give you a little more detail about myself, the services I offer, and my contact information, which is Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I do readings full time, so I'm able to work pretty well with your schedule in getting you readings as soon as possible. My current turnaround time is around 24 to 48 hours. So again, if you're interested in that, send me an email and we'll go from there. So let's get right into this. This reading is for Libra for March 2016, mid-month. Sorry, my brain just stopped there for a minute. And please excuse the hoarseness of my voice. I'm getting over a cold. This reading is for Libra for March 2016, mid-month. Libra, March 2016, mid-month. What does the remainder of March hold for our lovely Librans? March 2016, mid-month for Libra. Okay. We have the Three of Pentacles, followed by the Star, the King of Swords, followed by the Nine of Wands, the Four of Wands, followed by the Two of Wands, and the King of Wands, followed by the Page of Cups. And as your overall theme, general feeling for this reading, we have the Wheel of Fortune in the upright position. Beautiful. So let's take a look, Libra. Okay, let's begin. This is one of those readings that looks like it's going to resonate a couple of very different ways depending on which Librans are watching. So we begin with the Three of Pentacles, followed by the Star. Beautiful card. The Three of Pentacles. Pentacles, the element is earth, and Pentacles is a suit that typically points towards things in our earthly, tangible environment. Most often it's things like money, finances, resources, property, job, etc. Things we can see and touch and feel. Although the same kind of rooted earth energies can be applied to a love relationship situation as well. And the Three of Pentacles is primarily a card of compromise and negotiation. It's a card that speaks of having to work with more than one person, a group of other people, and needing to come together in compromise and negotiation on a common cause, a common goal, to reach or on a project itself. You have an extraordinary number of, well, not extraordinary, but you have a fair amount of wand cards. You have 4 wand cards, 1 pentacle, 1 sword, and a cup. So it has a feeling of action and change and movement for the remainder of March for you, Libra. But again, we're finding ourselves, Libra, you're finding yourself in the middle of March 2016 in a position where, for some of you, if this is going to resonate as a career, business, project, entrepreneurial activity because of the amount of wands, and wands is a suit that can also point towards career or creative projects. It's something that you're working on with more than one person, and I'm getting kind of two. I'm picking up two people or two primary people. There's energy of two primary people. For some of you, this is actually going to resonate as triangular energy within a relationship dilemma, and I'm feeling like there's two specific people here with these two kings that you may be caught between, that you need to compromise about, or need to choose in between. So again, two different resonations for this card. But it's about coming to a point of compromise and negotiation on something. And I feel like there's a bit of a difficulty in either getting people to see eye to eye or making up your mind about something in terms of walking your own path somehow or working with other people. And for those, I think that resonates more for those of you for whom this represents a creative project or something that you're working on with a group of other people. And again, I'm picking up two significant energies in addition to you on whatever this matter is. Now, the Three of Pentacles is paired with the Star card, which is one of my favorite cards in the tarot deck. And the Star card is primarily a card about faith, about hope and faith. There's a strong element of healing, of restoration, renewal to this card. This card often comes up for people in readings when they've just gone through a very challenging, long, hard slog of something. Perhaps they've been through a long therapy session and they're just kind of coming to a place where they feel that the healing is actually taking effect. I've seen this card come up for people who went through a bad breakup and they went through a long healing process, but they're finally coming to that place where, you know, they're coming out. It's a feeling of coming out of the dark, kind of into the light, realizing the sun is still shining, that life is still continuing, the wheel is on the upswing, and you're starting to feel better too. Now, this combination of the Three of Pentacles with the Star card, Libra, I feel like the Star card, because it's a major arcana card, it's a strong message from the divine, God, spirit, the universe, whatever your spiritual foundation is, about having hope and faith about whatever this issue is. Let me just look at this again for a minute. I feel like this combination of cards represents an impasse. It feels like you've come to, at the middle of March 2016, Libra, some kind of block or some kind of impasse where this card of compromise and negotiation, it feels like you're stuck. Like there's three of you, or you're stuck in between two other people. For the love relationship, you're stuck in between two other people, and you just don't know which way to go on this. And or I think there's somehow that the three of you that are supposed to be working together somehow, it's as if you've come to people are not agreeing, they're not seeing eye to eye. And again, I feel like that's focused more on people for whom this resonates as a creative project, something to do with your career, business, jobs, something to do with that. But there's some difficulty in meeting of the minds, and the Star card is a very strong piece of advice telling you to keep going, to trust in the fact that this is going to work out, um, and that the path you're on is actually the right one, about trusting your intuition in this matter. For those of you for whom this is going to resonate as more of a relationship read, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic love relationship. It could be this could represent being at an impasse between two family members, some kind of family dispute. It feels like things are coming to a head. People just aren't seeing eye to eye. For some of you, this is going to resonate as a family fight, a family argument. There's people within the family, and you guys can't agree on something. You can't see eye to eye on something. For a smaller portion of you, I think you're stuck in between two people. I've got the King of Swords and the King of Wands here, and I think for a smaller portion of you, it's about which path you want to walk with these people. But again, a career business project of some kind, and for others of you, again, I'm just getting this sort of feeling of a family fight, something to do with your home, whether it's kids and your mate or your extended family itself. But it feels like there's just almost like you're in an impasse. There needs to be compromise and negotiation, and you need to have faith in the process of compromise and negotiation. But around the middle of March 2016, which is right around now, Libra, It feels like there's a lot of difficulty in getting people to agree and seeing eye to eye and in pushing through whatever this thing is. Now, right next to that, we have the King of Swords paired with the Nine of Wands. The King of Swords. Swords is a suit whose element is air, and swords is a suit that represents truth, number one. But it's also about our ideas and words, our thoughts, our thought patterns, our perspectives, how we tend to look at things, what our mindset is on something. And the King of Swords, kings represent typically older, more mature, reflective individuals. And that doesn't necessarily have to mean in chronological age. But kings represent individuals who have reached the mastery of their suit. And in this case, it's the mastery of the suit of swords. So this is all about the energies of this kind of person. The character traits of this individual would be somebody who's very clear thinking, very direct, who comes from a place of the mind before the heart. This is somebody who can sometimes come across as a little emotionally detached, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. There's no judgment attached to it. Just someone who comes from a very cerebral and mental and logical place, a truth seeker. Somebody who's almost willing to sacrifice his emotions on the altar of truth. Very direct. This is a person who does not sugarcoat anything. And as it's air, which can signify Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, this could resonate as you, Libra, in this situation. It could also resonate as another individual who is another air sign or who manifests the character traits of an air sign who has a significant place in this situation. But again, it could resonate as you being one of the primary people in this. It feels, again, like you've reached an impasse. There's some compromise and negotiation that's needed to get people to see eye to eye. And again, for some of you, this card is going to resonate as you in the situation of trying to be the one to bring logic and reason and the facts to the situation rather than coming from such an emotional place. And it feels like you're having, if this resonates as you or another individual, it feels like you're having a lot of trouble, like you've hit, again, some kind of roadblock in whatever this thing is. You're going to have to tell me how this resonates because I'm feeling two completely different kinds of energies. That King of Swords, again, can resonate as you in the situation. It can resonate as the individual, another individual you're having difficulty with in this situation, maybe perhaps a family member, or for those of you for whom this resonates more as a project or career thing, somebody that you're working with or need to work with. And it's kind of tough going because it's accompanied by the Nine of Wands. Wands is that suit, the element of air and fire, very dynamic, very action-oriented. The suit of Wands is all about change, movement, action, power. But the Nine of Wands is about having experienced a temporary defeat of some kind, a temporary setback that you weren't expecting. You can see this man is sunk down into the ground, kind of hanging on to this wand as if it's the only thing keeping him up. And behind him is a cluster of 8 wands, which represents an unexpected challenge or obstacle that he's run into that he wasn't expecting. And he has retreated. It kind of represents a withdrawal without a retreat. He's just temporarily taken a step back because he's confused. He didn't expect to run into this. He's trying to figure out what happened, what went wrong, and he's trying to figure out a way to re-strategize and go about it a different way before he goes back in. Because the underlying theme of this card is that he is going back in to deal with this thing. He just needs to figure out a different way to do it. It's a card also of reflection and assessment. Okay, let's take another look at this situation. What needs to happen? What went wrong? And then go back in from a different viewpoint. And the energy of the King of Swords, if this resonates, that King of Swords resonates as you, Libra. This combination would point towards advice on the way to deal with this thing is to come from a place more of logic, of reason, of dealing with the facts, rather than a place that's so emotional, because especially if this has to do with any kind of family fight or people that are kind of stuck together or working together or in a family together, coming from a place of heated argument that's based on emotion, it's never really productive in the long run. So the energies of the King of Swords here is what's needed to deal with this impasse, this temporary setback, because I want to stress that it feels like this is temporary. It's something that you've run into that you weren't expecting, or a fight that's come up somehow. People are not seeing eye to eye, but again, I feel like it's temporary, and how you walk through it depends on kind of going through it from a place of truth, clarity, facts, and logic, and less from a place of heated emotion. Now, and I feel again that I'm feeling more that it's for the larger portion of you. Of course, this is going to resonate differently depending on which Libra you are. for the larger portion of you, this has something to do with your home and your family and the success of the atmosphere of love and harmony within your home and family. Because the next grouping of cards we have is the Four of Wands paired with the Two of Wands. So the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands represents, again, there's a strong theme of family integration and harmony, but this is a card of unexpected blessings, kind of a happy accident. Things actually working out to be better than you anticipate. It's something that you already view as positive. And again, there's a strong theme of home, of family harmony, family integration, family happiness somehow. You can see this couple standing in the middle of this circle of wands, a man and a woman and a child, which implies a sense of family. They're standing under a wreath of flowers. It's a beautiful day. Again, it speaks of having something that you perhaps already had a pretty good base in, actually working out to be better than you anticipated in a way that's kind of unexpected, a bigger and better blessing. This can also resonate as a celebration that you're planning, either planning yourself or planning to go to, that you're already looking forward to, but it actually turns out to be much better than you anticipated. Something unexpected happens there that's very positively beneficial to you. And again, there's an element of it actually benefiting your home and your family in some way, the atmosphere of the home and the family, in terms of happiness and integration and wholeness of your family and your home. And that Four of Wands is paired with the Two of Wands, which speaks of coming to a crossroads and needing to make a decision. Now, the Two of Wands, the implication of this card is that the path this individual has walked has been fairly successful up till now. And it's a positive card. He's reached a crossroads where he needs to make a decision on which path to go on that's going to be the most beneficial to him or for the situation in the long run. Because the Two of Cards is also a card of expansion and growth. And the underlying advice to this card is that this individual needs to choose the path that is going to provide the most opportunity and the most potential for expansion and growth. And again, because it's paired with the Four of Wands, I have a feeling that this crossroads, this decision, how you walk through this thing, which feels kind of stuck right now, and there's a lot of arguments going on around it. It feels like the decision that needs to be made is what's going to be the best for our home and our family somehow, or this project, this group of people in the long run. Which path is going to provide the most opportunity for expansion and growth? For those of you for whom this resonates as a creative project or something to do with your career, this is going to be about working together with people in compromise and negotiation on the path that's going to provide, be the most beneficial for expanding and growing on whatever this thing is in the longevity of it down the road. For those of you for whom this is resonating as a family situation, it could represent, a new home, a new move, having to make a decision about the home and the family itself, and you guys just aren't seeing eye to eye. The implication points towards the best thing for your home, your family, this group of people is, again, choosing the path that's going to be the best path for it and for you guys in the long run, that's going to provide the most expansion, the most growth, it's going to open up the most down the road. Now, at or towards the end of the month, we have the King of Wands paired with the Page of Cups. So another king. And again, for some of you, this is going to be, because from the very beginning, I got kind of a triangular energy. These two kings, for some of you, are going to resonate as the other two individuals that you're trying to work together with and kind of having some difficulty around the middle of the month. For the smaller portion of you that I feel this resonates as a love romance relationship, this is going to be kind of stuck between two people. But I'm getting more of a family, something to do with family and home, and then career after that. So however it resonates for you, you'll have to let me know. So we have the King of Wands, who would be, if this resonates as an actual individual, even though it's air and fire, I always get more of a fire sign feeling from this. So this could be another individual which plays a significant role in this. Particularly if the King of Swords resonates as you, Libra, this could be your mate, if this is a family situation, or another significant person in this situation that you're trying to reach a point of compromise and negotiation on. It could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or someone who exhibits a lot of those characteristic traits as the King of Wands would. This would be somebody who's kind of the opposite of the King of Swords, which is maybe is where the difficulty in compromise and negotiation comes in, because the King of Swords is somebody who comes from a place of the head first. He's very thoughtful and, very direct, very blunt even. And the King of Wands is a very action-oriented individual, and can be quite fiery and quite passionate too. This is somebody who decides what he wants, immediately goes after it. He's coming from a place of action first, not necessarily thoughtful, reasonable, fact-based logic. But somebody who's very good at what they do, somebody who's very enthusiastic, very passionate, very inspired, um, somebody who's used to getting what they want, going after what they want. They're also very good at being able to approach a situation from a variety of different directions. So in terms of this being a situation where you're needing to compromise with this King of Wands individual, you may want to call upon the most positive aspects of their character traits and say, okay, what's a different way to go about doing this? Which that Nine of Wands indicates you need to take a step back, look at the best way to re-strategize before going back into this situation. The King of Wands is very good at doing that, at kind of shifting and figuring out the best way to do something if the previous plan didn't work. So again, but I feel like this is representing another individual, another significant presence in this situation that you need to compromise and negotiate with, so you guys can come to a meeting of the minds on whatever this is. And the King of Wands is paired with the Page of Cups. Cups is the element is water, and that represents our emotions, our emotional landscape and atmosphere, both inside and outside. Cups is also a suit that can point towards love, relationships, how we relate to the people around us, the people that we're in relationship to. So again, I think for some of you, especially for whom this resonates as a situation that's about your home, your family somehow, or somebody else that you're working with, this King of Wands individual, there's a message of love that's connected with the King of Wands. And this could resonate as him, as this being a person who comes in at or towards the end of the month to kind of help pull this thing together. He's bringing with him a message of love and support somehow to kind of help pull this thing together. Pages can represent young people or actual children in your lives, and they can also represent messages and messengers. And because we have that kind of happy home Four of Wands card too, this could resonate as a child being an important factor in this decision-making process as well. But again, it can also resonate as this King of Wands kind of coming in, if he's not already in your sphere, and bringing some kind of message or offering of love and emotional support to kind of help you through this. It's an interesting reading. It's kind of a little over here and a little over here. So for those of you for whom this resonates, you're going to have to let me know how. Now, we come to the crowning card, the card that represents a general theme and feeling of this reading, and it's a beautiful card. It's a Major Arcana card of the Wheel of Fortune in the upright position, which Major Arcana card and the significance of Major Arcana cards indicates something significant and profound, even if it's just advice from the universe. And the Wheel of Fortune speaks about an unexpected stroke of good luck, of good fortune coming your way that's going to affect the whole situation in a positive way, and one that you can't see coming right now. But it feels like a larger echo of this Four of Wands, this card that represented unexpected blessings, a happy accident of some kind, something that you already had were looking forward to, or if you viewed it a positive situation or had a good foundation, working out much better than you anticipate. The situation is going to work out to be much better than you anticipated in a way that you just can't see right now. It's going to come kind of out of the blue. It's going to be unexpected, but it's going to be a stroke of good luck and good fortune. So you'll definitely have to let me know what that is. And this is Major Arcana. This is an outside influence coming in. It's Fingers of the Divine, which explains the Star card in the very beginning too. This card that says it looks kind of dark right now. It looks like people are just arguing. You can't compromise, negotiate. You're having difficulty come to a meeting of the minds on whatever this thing is. Nobody's working well together. But we began with the Star card telling you to have hope and faith in this process, that it will work out. And the Wheel of Fortune, that Four of Wands, ensures again that it will. You just can't see how it's going to do it right now, but to keep on the path that you're on, some good stroke of fortune and good luck is coming your way, and it looks to be very beneficial, and it looks like it's going to benefit your home and your family somehow, or this group of people that you're working with, this situation with these other people. And it also looks like you're going to be getting some messages towards her at the end of the month of love and emotional support through this, from or with this King of Wands individual, or around this King of Wands individual. So Libra, I hope you have enjoyed this reading. I hope it's resonated for you a bit, perhaps giving you some insight and clarity on the path of the next couple of weeks of March 2016. For those of you who are interested in a personal reading, again, you can click on the About sign on my channel's homepage or email me directly at maggie1maguire@gmail.com. And until I see you again in a couple of weeks for the April 2016 general readings, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. Thanks for watching, Libra, and I'll see you soon.